Yes, a very good evening to one and all. I welcome you all for today's session, which is strategies to help your students in memorizing the content that you teach them. Especially, this is today's session is dedicated to all those teachers who are dealing 10th and 12th grade students as well as preparing them for their boards. So, without taking much time, we will immediately jump into today's content. And before that, I would request all of you to keep your videos turned on for a while because we are doing an activity. After that, you people can turn off your videos. Yes. Yeah. So my first question before we jump into the content, I would like to, have some introduction uh, for today's session. And firstly, let me ask you people, since you can write in the chat box, since how many years you people have been teaching students who are going to give their board exams? Like, since how many years you people have been teaching students who are about to give their 10th grade and 12th grade board exams? The chat box is all yours. You can write everything in the chat box. Yes. 5 years. Yes. Shiva Shankari ma'am. 10 years. Bala Ganeshan ma'am. Wonderful. 26 years, Bindukala ma'am, wonderful. 20 years, Madhusudan sir. 8 years, Smriti ma'am, 35 years. Wonderful. Wonderful. 10 years, 27 years. Oh my God. So I have people like who are pro, like in this thing, like you have been preparing students for these many years, okay, for their boards. So now I am worried whether the content is going to match you people or not. Yes. Any which ways, it will be a learning for both of us, me as well as you people. But here, this is a small, uh, this is a small attempt as to brush up the knowledge of the people who have been already doing this. And for newcomers, like there are few people who are doing it since 5 years, but still there will be some or the other challenge every year. For them, this might be a very good session as well. Now, the next question. So, how many of you could bring about a change in the grades of the students who were really doing very bad at the starting of the academic year and you didn't expect them to score those many marks and they have scored really well by the end of the year? You can unmute yourself, introduce yourself to the group, and then you can speak about it. You can speak in any
Sir,
language. Yeah.
I'm Samriti here.
Yes, ma'am.
I am audible.
Yeah, you are very much audible, ma'am.
Sir, last time I get a very notorious section, and but with the empathy and the hug and the comfortable things, I just everyone say that there are mostly 20 students in your class who are not achieving a good marks, or they can fail also in the class in the board exams.
Oh my
fail
God.
fail in the exams. So in touch, I give them the extra time by doing this online also. I calling the parents also, in touch with the parents also. Small activities, I just tell what they are doing in the class, and the parents are also very cooperative. And the end of the when the exams are there, they just come to me and said, ma'am, please give us this blessings so we can do better. And when the exam is there and the result is there, half of the class they get 90% marks, and some are in 70s, but
In your
not in
subject.
60s or 50.
In your subject. Okay. Which is Hindi.
Overall, sir, overall, I do with overall in maths also, in science also. Only one girl that get, I think so, because my school is girls school, so only one and two girls get the 60 and 50 marks. Otherwise everyone get the 70, 75, 80, 85, 90%. And today
Wonderful.
also they just happy teachers day, they just tell me they come to my home also to getting the blessing whenever they are going somewhere.
Really wonderful. Wonderful.
But sir,
Yes.
we give the time to the students. We just see what are the circumstances from where they are passing, because some students have so many difficult time with their homes also. The parents are not accepting them with that. They every time want that students are with their notebooks and the books. So that
Okay,
is a very difficult time for me.
I understand. Yes. So teacher is the one who just don't look into the things which they are doing in their school, but also teachers have to think about the background that students come from, what's actually happening at home, and what sort of support has to be provided to them. Wonderful, ma'am. Really, you're an inspiration to all of us. Next,
But
anyone else?
sir,
Yeah.
but my principal also helped me a lot. My sister also helped me a lot. They give me the full power. If you want to reach the home also, you can go to the student home also and just see how they are living there.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Wonderful, ma'am. So let me
Thank
ask someone else also who would like to give their anecdote, and then we will get into the session of the day. Is there anyone else who would like to share your anecdote, your good experience that you have had with students who were criticized to be, the students who would score very less marks, but then, they scored really well by the end of the year? Yeah. So then let us get into the session. Let us not waste the time. Just a second. Yeah. So today we are going to look into few steps that can be shared with our students, especially who are going for this is for everyone. Why am I highlighting boards is because at the end of the day, for any school or for any teacher, especially who is teaching in high school or secondary school, board exams are a matter of concern. Am I right? So that's the reason I am mentioning boards again and again. But this is for all those teachers who deal with all the classes. Okay, so here we are going to discuss those steps which are needed, which can be useful for the students to remember everything that they learn. Though I have mentioned you in this particular, title slide, because for teacher also remembering is a, mandatory thing. Like you have to remember the content which is there in your textbook. So you can put all these steps in practice first, check how it is working for you, and then each step you can demonstrate for your students so that they can follow your footsteps and they can, learn how to remember the things, everything that they learn. So first step. So I am going to do this complete session in the form of a game, a very much known game. It is Pictionary. So those who wish to give, after looking at the picture, those who wish to, interpret the picture and give me the answer can raise your hand or unmute yourself, tell your name and give. So what is this picture? What can you interpret from this picture?
Sir, time-bound learning.
It's a time-bound learning. Okay, let me take few more. Punita ma'am says it's time-bound learning. Anyone else? Anyone else? Samriti ma'am, आपको क्या लगता है कौन सी पिक्चर है ये?
She just want to solve the equations, I think so. She's
Anyone else?
thinking something.
She looks like she's doing multiple choice question answers because I can see the boxes in front.
Okay, other than that, very good, Archana ma'am. Very good. Anyone
Thank
else? There are many gentlemen sitting here. I want the answers from gentlemen as well. Madhusudan
Choose the
sir.
correct choose the correct option.
Okay, choose the correct answers. You feel it's choose the correct answers. Amarjeet sir, Sajidul Haq sir, please come up with your answers. Okay, let us see what it is. Test yourself early and often. Okay. So you have to test your knowledge early and often. Early in the sense, most of the students have this tendency that they wait for the teacher to conduct a slip test. Especially in 10th grade, it is very much important that the students revise the content taught on every day. For example, in all the 5 subjects today, teachers have taught one subtopic. Every evening, they have to revise the subtopic which the teacher has taught them. And so one revision is happening over there. And towards the end of the chapter, when the teacher announces the slip test date, they have to revise the whole chapter. This way, what happened initially, they were doing it in bits and pieces. Now they are doing it all together. So, second revision done. And again, they will revise for their periodic cycle exam. Okay, so third revision. And they'll be preparing for their term 1 exam. Fourth revision. By the end of the year, when they have to revise for term 2, the fifth revision is happening. Okay. Apart from that, many worksheets are given by the teacher. Apart from that, many slip tests are conducted by the teacher again and again in the same chapter. The teacher might take a test, a formative assessment. Am I right? So this way, what is happening? The child is getting a chance to revise the topic or the content taught by the teacher again and again. So early, which means do not wait for the teacher to conduct a test. Do it early yourself and again. So this, knowledge we have to take into the minds of the students, especially the aspiring students who feel that they want to get more marks in the boards or in the regular other classes also, the children who are very aspiring. For them, we need to share this tip with them. For that, so don't wait for exams, quiz yourself regularly, use flashcards, practice problems, or explain concepts aloud. Like children can do this. They can explain today. You can ask the students to revise the subtopic which you have taught them today. Tomorrow, randomly, you should ask any child to get up and explain the whole subtopic to the class. So this way, what is happening there, though you tell the children to revise, no, they might not do. But when you tell them randomly, I can ask, and even there are chances, 80% of chances that everyone become cautioned and they do it. Okay. And, motivate students to make their own flashcards about the subtopics. Apart from that, mind maps also. That would help the children to memorize the content. Testing enhances retention and identifies knowledge gaps. So speaking about knowledge gaps, when they are doing it on regular basis, the small concepts which they are missing in between, those gaps, they get filled. Apart from that, there is more chance to retain the knowledge that they have learned. Okay. Now, today, as it's a very important session, I just don't want to move on to the next step. As I have discussed the steps that can be done in the classroom along with your students, I would also like to ask you people what might be the challenges that you face while you're doing this with the students. If anyone can come forward with a challenge that you might come across while doing this? Or do you think it can be done? Definitely. There would be no challenge doing this.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Sir, this is Srilata, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Uh, Actually, what you are telling in that way only every day, at least minimum of 6 hours you have to spend on your studies, dedicating 1 hour for your subject. Each subject, an hour you have to spend. So when we calculate, probably children leave the school by 5:30 to 6 o'clock. They leave and reach home by 7 o'clock. Even then also what I am telling, schedule your time 7 to 8, even take rest because you are in the school also you studied something. We had classes and we were studying. After going home 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 2 hours. 10 o'clock go to bed. Have nutritious food and go to bed by 10 o'clock. Early morning at the most 4 o'clock. But now everyone is getting up at 7 o'clock. Sir. Till now also last week 2 days back I met the student before 7, they're not ready to get up. Not everyone, like 50% of children. And if you get up at 4, 4:30 warming up. 5 o'clock if you sit also. 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 7:30. 7:30 again they have to start to school. So 2 to 2.5 hours only we were able to schedule. But this timings, they were not able to cope up with this. We are scheduling them, but they are not able to cope up with this timing because some are going for tuition and there they have a different topic. This is, I'm talking about 10, 11, 12. So they go for JEE NEET exams and where they have different topics which is not gelling with the school curriculum. And so the slip test, what we are conducting for 20 marks every day, they are not writing. 1 mark, half mark is 0. And there is no time for doing follow-up also. Totally, this reflects in the periodic assessment when we keep for 40 marks or 80 marks also, their performance is not up to the mark.
Okay.
This is
So I got
great.
your point, ma'am. So there are two things. First
Yes.
thing is time. Second thing is students who are going for the coachings like JEE, NEET and all, their topics don't gel up with, like the topics of school. First,
Yes.
let me address the time factor. So after going home, like you said, ma'am, when I'm saying about daily revision, one subtopic need not, may not take 1 hour. They can finish in half an hour. So even if
Yes.
we consider that, what happens is in 2 or 2.5 hours, if even they are dedicating 2 hours at home, in within 2 hours they can complete four subjects. And early in the morning, they need not wake up at 4 o'clock. Even if they are waking up at 5 o'clock, they can complete two more subjects. So 6 subjects, it's done. Okay. Wherein speaking about 10th graders, currently IT is an extra subject. So I don't think they'll dedicate, they are very much concerned about IT. Even if they are doing morning, they have 1 hour time. 5 to 6 they can do, 6 to 7 they can get ready, and 7 o'clock they can get out of their house to reach out to school. Okay. So this way they can plan. And about students who go for JEE and NEET and all, we are helpless. We can't do anything. We can only give a schedule, whether they want to follow the school schedule or whether they want to go for coaching. It's their headache. We can't help it. Who are doing extra things after going home. That is that is done, ma'am. So hope I have addressed your concern, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it
But
is.
even though I am telling, sir, but what you said only 5 o'clock, like 4 o'clock, I'm telling them, but it's not happening. And 5
No,
o'clock,
that is
finding
also the responsibility of parents. Waking up students early in the morning, that is not the responsibility of teacher. We can only motivate. At the end of the
Yep.
day, teacher cannot go to the houses early to all 40 houses, right? And we are not in a residential school. If it is a residential school, the warden or the like housemaster, she will take care of it, waking up students early in the morning. But when the students are at
Even we
home,
do wake up
parents
call.
should. Let me tell you, ma'am, other
Even
than
we give
teachers
wake
these
up call.
days, wake up call also, you give wake up call every day, 365 days.
Yes,
Oh,
sir,
that is
not 365. At particular revision time, we have allotted 5 students per a teacher, and
okay.
wake up call is given for the slow learners. But what
Hmm.
parents say, no, wake up and then they attend the call and they sleep off.
Then what is the parent doing at home? So we
That's what.
can't do anything about it. So this discussion, it's better that you also don't think about it much, ma'am, and don't spoil your, like mind. We can't do anything. Now, parents should also be responsible. I should say, other than teachers, hardly we find even parents also waking up early in the morning these days because they are into corporate culture. Okay. Even they don't wake up and they have reasons for not waking up early in the morning. But at least they should see that their children are, ma'am, when we were studying along with me, my mother used to sit till sixth grade, seventh grade. Eighth, ninth, tenth, se kya hua? We became responsible. So my mother used to give me a cup of tea. 4 o'clock early in the morning, I used to sit and I used to study. She used to sit and she used to, prepare all the things needed for her cooking. So it depends from household to household again.
Yes.
So let us not
And,
think
my
much.
mom used to sit and finish all the questions before going exam. We'll write an exam at home. But even the children are not ready now. That's the thing. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, yes, that's how it is. Now let us go to step two. I want immediately someone to, decode this picture. The person who decodes will get a star.
Good health, immunity, strong immunity.
So we are talking about studies again.
Probably the pressure that the child goes through.
Distraction, sir.
What do you mean by distraction? Can you be specific?
Wake up for exam preparation.
Okay, waking up for exam preparation.
So many works to do.
So many works to do. Anyone else? Anyone else? Come
Students
on.
are in their own comfort zone, their own shell, not ready to allow anything in. Because all these arrows are getting diverted.
Hmm.
So I guess children are in their own comfort zone and they
Hmm.
are not ready to come out of their own shell.
Okay, let us see. So children, while they are scheduling time, they have to schedule uninterrupted learning time. Create dedicated blocks for deep focus study. Like ma'am has spoken, just we were discussing about having proper time, 2 hours at home, right? So children have this habit. Few children, they study while listening to the music. That is wrong. They feel that they are concentrating, but it's not like that. You know, so there should be uninterrupted learning time. Close, jaise hum padhte the, like they have to close the door, they have to sit. And when we speak about studying, these days I really don't come across students who are putting the pen on the paper. Like, like even our notes, running notes, or even our practice notes, it used to be very clear. It used to be very beautiful. Like our friends also used to share our notes. Put a proper heading when you are practicing, subheadings, underline subheadings, and then you write each point which is coming into your mind. That is the way we study. But these days, children, they're reluctant towards writing and they only want to read, just look into textbook, read outside or murmur or do something. But they really don't try to put pen on the paper. So if they do, like we have heard since our childhood that 10 times reading is equals to 1 time writing. How many of you accept this? Educators. Kya, Samriti ma'am? Don't you think so?
Sir, once again, just repeat your question.
So 10 times reading is equals to 1 time writing.
I think so, sir. When we
Yes.
just learn something, we have to be right also.
Yes, exactly. So we have to also motivate children to prepare their own practice notes. They have to put the chapter heading, they have to put subheading, and they have to write points. That is when they remember. So writing
Sir,
enhances retention of the knowledge also. So we have to
sir,
motivate. Hmm.
sir, excuse me, sir. I give them some notes, then key points also. While I'm reading the chapter, the students are reading the chapter, I give the key notes to them and then tell them to frame the answer. And it is very easy for the students to do that one.
Exactly. So we have to motivate them, and even if parents are creating, like some sort of, there might be situations wherein parents don't want the child to write much, but we have to, create awareness in the minds of the parents also that children have to read and write.
Yes.
Okay. Minimize distractions during these periods. There shouldn't be any distraction. They should be in an enclosed place. Okay, like you see here, they should be in a place wherein all the distractions are not entering into that particular space of the child. Consistent quality learning time beats sporadic efforts. Like they should, when they are spending lots of time on studying and they are putting lots of efforts, okay, the learning becomes qualitative. Okay, it is not for how many hours you are reading or how many hours you are studying. It is how much you could study in that particular, time. Even if you are studying for 1 hour, how much you could study. Okay, what was the quality of your study? Okay, that's how it is. So, any challenge in this area? What are the challenges that teachers come across when you discuss with your child about, student about these things?
Some of my students told that they have the habit of reading the book or learning the subjects, hearing to the music. They'll
So
have
that
the
is wrong.
headset. Mild, they're telling that, no, ma'am, it will be very mild, melodious music only, not the songs. but I am becoming the habitat of that. If I hear the music only, I'll be able to read and learn. Is it correct? I'm not able to help them and I'm not able to advise them, sir.
No, that is not. It is again distraction. The mind is going into two parts, two ways. That is not going to help. That is again a distraction. So you have to help them to come out of that habit. Yeah. So let us go into the next part of the session. Yes. Who will decode this picture and who will give me the answer?
So this is
Group
like
study. Group
study,
study.
group study, which is really good. It's really good.
Group discussion,
studies,
I
yeah.
would say.
Peer learning.
Group.
Peer learning.
Peer learning.
Group study.
So after the child, studies what the teacher has taught him or her, teaching others what they have learned helps them to retain the content. Okay. Even in our learning pyramid also, it is clearly mentioned, we retain 90% of knowledge by teaching others. So explaining concepts reinforces your own understanding. Our understanding also becomes better. Seek opportunities to share your knowledge. Whenever, even during, what do we say, their recess period also, so that 5 or 10 minutes in the first recess, they can discuss the math concepts. Second recess, they can discuss the science concepts. Or else you can have a specific peer group period of 10 or 15 minutes to discuss the concepts that they have revised yesterday. Okay. So this way it will help them, and do not encourage students going to others' house. Again, the peer learning that happens at house is completely different. Not all are going to be very, responsible and do the peer learning at home when they go for group studies. They go, they have some party sort of thing. Hardly they will spend time on reading. That is not going to help. So this peer learning sessions, if you can arrange at school, that will be more outcome based. That will be more helpful for the teachers. Teaching reveals areas where you need more clarity. While we are teaching others, what happens is there would be certain places wherein we will be having doubts. So we can go back, okay, and we can correct ourselves and fill the knowledge gaps that we have. Okay. So any challenges that we come across in this particular area, who would like to come forward?
There are students, high achievers, form a team among themselves only. They don't want to have even a good friendship or sharing their knowledge with the children they are really in need of.
Mm,
They restricted their friendship up to their level.
okay.
That's also we are in we teachers are in the need of breaking up their mindset.
Values. So you have
Yes.
to speak to them about the value of knowledge and the respect a person gets in life for sharing their knowledge. See, today you people are here because you people have been up. I'm not boosting about or boasting about ourselves. Like most of you people feel that, all the resource persons here, they are sharing their knowledge and you have due respect towards them, isn't it? So you have to, create that awareness in the minds of the students that in India, especially a country like India, a person who is knowledgeable and a person who shares his or her knowledge is treated with high amounts of respect. Okay, that's how it is. And you can also speak about,
We
there
can,
are many advantages also, no? When they share
yeah,
their knowledge also gets brushed up.
we can appreciate that child, sir. Actually, in my class also,
Hmm.
hello.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
there is a there is a child who is very weak. Means he's grasping or he cannot comprehend English. Actually, his background is very much different, but he appears to be a smart child. Then what
Hmm.
I made him to sit beside an intelligent child with who is having lot of patience also. Okay, and who likes to to speak with that child in his local or a regional language, actually Marathi.
So that helped him that when I teach, I explain, and I ask them, you discuss. I'll give 5 minutes. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, or you can discuss among yourselves, and you discuss with your friend who is sitting beside. So I made that child to sit beside an intelligent child who can discuss with him in his regional Marathi language, because he was grasping more in Marathi rather than in English. So and that boy was very aggressive because he came from a different background. I knew it, and I used to handle him very patiently. So, and he started sitting beside that boy who is intelligent. He also started to discuss and to translate the concept in Marathi, and he developed that interest in science subject. And he started answering in English. So that I found that, okay, I should start doing this, and I made him sit. But in between, what happened when he was writing something, he was very aggressive. He used to say, come on, you write first and explain me. So the boy who is intelligent over here, he came and he complained, ma'am, he's speaking to me like this, and he's asking, he is like, he's becoming very aggressive, and he's asking me to complete my work faster and explain me. So I said, okay. So I said I change his place, and I made him sit with the boy again, who is who is very patient and who can listen to me. And he is now sitting beside that boy, and he is like grasping things, and same
Slowly they we
strategy
will
I've
become
used.
friends. Slowly
Yeah,
they will even become
yeah.
friends. Yes.
Yeah, and this really helped, like, so every year we come with different, students with different, what we say, the way to improve the
Challenges.
students, like strategies, yeah,
Challenges.
challenges, right?
Yes.
Challenges.
Yes.
So, and
So
we try to apply different strategies to make that child, understand.
yes. So we can have peer groups. You can divide your class into peer groups, and each group can have an intelligent child and a mix of children, so that every group will have one person who can explain them the things. That's how it is. So let us get into the next part of the session. Step 4. Yeah. Who will interpret this particular picture? It's very easy.
Sound sleep.
Sound sleep. Very good. Anything
Proper
else?
sleep. Proper sleep time.
Very good. Proper sleeping time. Anything else? Yeah. Prioritize sleep. Okay. Quality sleep is crucial for memory consolidation. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Avoid cramming. Consistent sleep habits boost retention. So sleep habit should be, proper. I will give you now. Let me ask you a question. There is one Bollywood actor who is very much famous for his sleep time and for his wake up time. Who is that?
Akshay Kumar.
Akshay Kumar.
Akshay
Very
Kumar.
good.
Akshay Kumar.
Yes,
Akshay Kumar.
yes, yes. Akshay Kumar is very much known for this habit.
Uh,
And he also quotes that that is the secret of his success. He sleep exactly at 10 o'clock and he wakes up exactly at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, he will be on the beach.
he
Practicing
never
his,
mi- he
yeah,
never misses Namaskar.
exactly, exactly. So we have to prioritize sleep and we have to tell the students also this. All are night owls. All the students are night owls these days. They won't sleep until it is 1 o'clock. At least 12. When they ask us, one of my student asked me once, sir, at which time do you sleep? He's asking his principal, see. I said, I sleep by 10:30, 11 o'clock. When I'm having some work, I'm busy with something, I sleep at 11 o'clock after finishing my PPTs and all because I am a trainer. Or else if I don't have scheduled trainings, I definitely go to bed by 10 o'clock. And he was like, oh my God, sir, it's too early for us. I go to sleep at 1 o'clock. And when I checked, most of my students had this habit. I asked why. No, we finish off our games and all, like online games. We finish off our work and then online games. We have a chat. That is all nonsense things which they were telling me. Okay. When actually I've checked with most of the teachers, we have come across that this is the habit that all the high school, most of the high school children have, right from grade
Yes, sir.
6 to grade 12. Okay,
Right,
they are
sir.
all night owls. They don't want to wake up early in the morning. Like 12 o'clock is like jujube for them. 12 o'clock ko so to it is like early for them. Okay, so this
Now,
habit has to be
Yes.
changed.
Even KG,
yes, sir.
KG students also
Uh,
sleep at 1 only, 11 o'clock.
with
KG
their
students.
parents, I guess. If parents should put off the light and sleep.
Mom, even if parents put off the light, no, what about the mobiles which are in their hands? And one
That's
more thing,
true.
we have to keep the mobile 2 hours before we sleep aside because the
Away
radiations of
from.
mobile, no, they don't allow us to sleep early.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are planning to go to bed at 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you have to keep your mobile aside. You are not supposed to hold it anymore. That radiations are not
Nowadays,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, that
One
that
example,
yes.
one example I would like to share with you all. One child from class 9, he, right, when during, pandemic, he developed playing online games, and now he has became a that is professional online gamer, and he when he is in the class, he most of the time he feels drowsy. And when we ask him, you stand up, why are you feeling sleepy? Then I ask him, at what time you slept? Then he used to say, like, I slept late night. So one day I had a word with him. He said that I play online games for 5 hours. And from that, he has earned money also. That is a new trend, sir, nowadays. And parents are also, what he said, like my parents know, ma'am. And I have earned 90,000 rupees in one of the online game. And my parents, they promote me. And Indian dads, when they get money, they are happy. So these are his words. So
Don't say
then,
only dads, no? Not to say only dads. Okay.
no, that is
Indian parents.
these are his words. These are his words that
Okay.
he told me.
Okay.
He told me that is
Oh, he
his
himself said
words.
Indian dads when they get
Yeah,
money, they
yeah,
are okay.
yeah. These words. That's why I'm just sharing with you. It
Okay.
is like, so this is a new trend, and even sir, now Modi has launched a online gaming, and it will be one of the Olympic, game in next coming years. So, the trend of, of learning, education, school education, schooling. Other than that, they want to do so many things, sir. That is they are diverting into so many things. They want to earn money, they want to you know uh, what we say, like, you try something new. That's happening, sir.
Any which ways we have to curtail it. We have to speak to the parents, create a
Yeah, that's what I said. And hence that I told him, first your health is important. Money is not important, child. Then I had a word after this. I had a word with him, and then he said, "Yes, ma'am, you are right." And henceforth, he was very attentive, and he's an intelligent child. And he was really fresh after that. Otherwise, he was like most of us, like used to discuss about this boy in the school also. He's always drowsy. Then his class teacher told me that he plays games and all. Then I had a word with him. Then he started sharing about the game, about everything. Then that is, counseled him, and then I told him that now, see, there is time for everything. This is the time for to look at your health. You should first, that is, give priority to your health. Then secondary is whatever you're liking, I said. Then he was like, he admitted and he told me after 2 days, ma'am, I'm sleeping early and I'm feeling really fresh. And that's all.
Great, great. That is
And
really
Thank you.
good.
sir,
Thank you for that.
can I
We have
say
to
something?
counsel the student. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Counseling is very
Nowadays,
important, sir. Right.
yeah, nowadays, sir, Chat GPT and Gemini AI, it's also one of the thing. Children don't want to read textbook, don't want to do any type of, and don't want to put any type of effort in their homework also. Everything they want ready-made within the everything on their tips. This is also not good actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, the way of education nowadays it has changed a lot. I feel when, as a teacher, school, we are imparting to mass, mass. And here, what I feel is rather giving. Earlier, it was a teacher was or the school was only source of learning. Now
Yes.
they have source of learning many are there. So, as a teacher, we should impart value education more than becoming a source of
Yeah,
imparting learning. Yeah, this is what I
yeah,
found. Like
contribution
we
more
should
than academic.
counsel them. Yeah, we should counsel them because learning they do from other sources nowadays. So
Yeah,
that we should.
so many.
So many sources of learning are there, ma'am. Really,
Yeah.
and what we should talk to them. We should know their background, where they are lacking, what's their problem. This is the way we have to change our, teaching way or imparting. We should not limit it only to teach that is from the book. No, we have to, other than that, we have to
Yeah, we have to
know
motivate
them,
them.
motivate
Yeah,
them
motivate them.
about health
Yeah.
is important for them. Then their moral values are important. They are a single parent. This counseling is very important. We should be friendly with them. We should play a different role rather than only a teacher.
Yes, ma'am, correct.
Exactly. Exactly. Very good, ma'am. Thank you for the inputs.
Thank you, thank you. So because nowadays the the crowd that we are getting, earlier it was not there. Even if you talk about their health, after 2 3 periods they they lean on the page, and they are not we don't see them as healthy, like. So this is what I feel like we should talk to them. What do they eat? At what time they sleep? So how many that is people are there in the that is house? So these
Because
things we should know about them, sir.
ma'am,
Because I
nowadays
found,
they are, yeah,
yeah, we
nowadays
I'm
they are not
ah,
interested in outdoor games. Instead of
ah,
outdoor games, they want to stick to the
yeah,
gadgets and all the things. That's why the outcome is
gadgets
like that.
and even we should change our
Parents
rigid way of
don't have time for them.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Parents
Yes.
should spend more time on.
Even parents now they are running, they're chasing just like life is has become
The
very
teachers
tough
should know the
also.
background of the psychology of the students, as well
Student,
as the
yeah, sir.
family, as well as the family
So
background.
yeah,
We
only
should
like
not. We
it's
should
yeah,
understand the child first. Then
right,
on,
right, sir. We
Exactly.
should really
Exactly.
mold them. We should transform them. We
unless
want
and
to
until
become,
we understand the child, we cannot
yeah,
label them like a slow learners. Maybe they
no,
must
no,
be
no.
different problems. No, they must be having the
Yeah,
different
many of
mental
them. Each
problems,
child is very
psychological.
much different. Yeah,
So we
we
have to
should
spend
talk.
the time to
We
each
should
child.
talk to them.
Suppose
Talk to
the
them.
child is getting
Yeah,
30%, 30%, or 100%, we should not be, we should be impartial with them. No, so we have to
yeah,
take care of each one of them. That is
yeah.
most
We should.
important that we are educators, so we should do that. Even
Yeah,
I
We
can,
should
very
like,
keep on.
for
We should keep
example,
on talking to them. Keep on talking to them. Keep on talking.
like we can
Uh,
change even the academic.
yeah,
Then
both.
I have
It
I
should
have
be
been
balanced.
experiencing from many years, like that when we encourage the child instead of scolding them or finding fault with, or when we are only negative, instead of that, when we have a positive attitude towards especially the teenagers, when
Yeah,
ninth
very
and 10th
important.
students.
Very
I
important.
suppose we are
We
going
can,
off the track a bit. Yeah. So let us stick to the topic. It's really good.
then
Yeah, yeah. So its counseling is really good. Like Rajshri ma'am was quoting, Lata
yeah,
ma'am was quoting, Anija ma'am was quoting. I really accept and I am on that, even I feel that is definitely correct that you three people quoted correctly that we have to counsel and we have to give time to the students rather than constantly judging them. So that's a wonderful input. So that with that, what happens is even the relationship with the teacher gets better and student
yeah,
also ears to what teacher is telling. Like Rajeshri ma'am was quoting, no, when we constantly try to understand their background, understand from where the child is coming, okay, the child also develops a sort of connectivity with the teacher. And whatever you say, the child will be in a position to listen to you. He will not just say that हमारा teacher सिर्फ ऐसे ही बोलता है. They will also try to listen to you. That's really good. Wonderful. So who is going to
even we
interpret this?
can change the, even we can change them, we can change their mentality. Even the, maybe some of the students are having the single parent, so even they don't feel that shyness and anything to share to be with us. No, they are ready to share. Even the
Exactly.
midnight, if they have a problem, we have to make a child in such a way that they should call and tell, ma'am, this is. Even I tell my kids, even at midnight, if you are facing any problem, you can call. So we should have that much, that type of understanding with the kids. So
Exactly.
really, we can change the. We can always, we cannot blame the students. Or hey, this child is no. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, yeah,
Correct.
exactly.
Next slide. You want to discuss next slide? Okay, sir.
Yeah. So, who is going to interpret this picture and tell me what is it?
Addiction towards the gadgets that students
No,
are
no.
like.
So please interpret it properly. Look at all the icons.
Too many thoughts come in the mind.
Mm, anything else?
Worried.
It's confused about the.
No.
They can grasp through this mode of technology.
How
Technology.
can they get more ideas or how can they get more
Thinking.
knowledge? Thinking. How are they supposed to think?
In a
Thinking is
Critically, they have to think and they have to pose a why question always. So develop a strong why. Connect your learning to meaningful goals. Understand how new knowledge benefits your life or career. So most of the teachers, a very big, like drawback in the day-to-day teaching learning transaction in the classrooms is most of the teachers, they don't share the objectives, learning objectives with the students. We have to discuss the learning objectives. Okay, what is the objective? Why are we learning this lesson? How is this lesson going to help you in your future? How is the concept going to be useful for you in the future? Okay, so that is very much needed. Children start developing this tendency of asking why after every question, and that a clear purpose also fuels motivation and persistence. So, as we were discussing, when we constantly discuss with the students, when we constantly try to motivate them, you know, they become standardized. Like the children, they become a bit standard. They don't go here and there. They just don't go and do things, unnecessary things or something. What happens is, they become calm. Okay, they become focused and they start doing things in a proper way when they are told the objectives about learning a particular concept. That is very much important. Any point you think that we can add to this?
Yeah, sir. Actually, I think they whatever they are teaching, it is whatever they are learning or whatever we are teaching, it is application based. They should apply in their life, which is very important. Just writing answers or learning answers will not help. Like we should discuss, we should interrelate it with other
Real life.
topics.
With real life.
Yeah, with real life. So that will develop interest to learn more. Thank you.
Exactly. What you said is, that's what we were discussing. No, that will help them to, like exactly know why they are learning that particular concept and relate. When we relate it to real life, children feel that there is more meaning. So recently, even I have come across, like when Rajshri madam was telling, just not reading and writing. Recently, I have come across a Instagram reel yesterday only. There is a teacher. He's with the name Bachon Ka Dost. Like he made a reel about a physics lesson or a chemistry lesson. And, the quotation given to that particular lesson textbook is that bakwas lesson. Okay. Bakwas lesson, ऐसे बच्चे बोलते हैं. So, in that case, we should also think about why children are not liking that particular lesson. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
children
Yeah.
are saying that one particular lesson is a bakwas lesson, so on what basis are the children? If see, CBSE, NCRT is preparing a textbook. Okay, when you are judging, I am not judging the person who made the Instagram reel. I have due respect towards him. But this is a notion which is there in most of the students for most of the subjects or most of the lessons. Most of the children, they hate social science,
Yeah.
isn't it? So that is not
They
done right.
they say बड़ा गंदा हुआ है subject.
Yes. Like boring subject hai, like we feel like sleeping and all. Why? Why is that happening? Because they are not told about the importance of it as a
Right.
subject. And they're not even told how is that important in their real life. Okay.
Right.
When you are teaching history, just do not teach the story what has happened. Also teach the students that you have to understand what are the mistakes done by the King Louis XIV in French Revolution and how are you supposed to take stand as a leader when you come across such sort of situations in your life. अगर आप सिर्फ लुइस 14 का ही हिस्ट्री बताना है तो you don't have to teach history in the classroom, but you should also take those examples into the real life of the children, how they are supposed to do. हिस्ट्री में हर एक कैरेक्टर का एक पर्पस होता है. You have to teach that purpose to the students, not just the story. Okay. So before, if we don't do these things, then children start treating certain subjects as bakwas subjects, certain lessons as bakwas lessons and all. However, like we are all under a very big umbrella called as CBSE, NCRT, and people sitting over there, they have lots of knowledge. We cannot judge their moves that easily. So if they have done something, they have done it with, definitely they have an idea of doing it, and that's the reason they have done it. Okay, that's how it is. Now let us move on to the next thing. And I want someone to interpret this particular picture.
The child, when he or she sees the question paper, it's a kind of a shock that one receives, maybe because he or she's not studied a particular portion and that has come. I mean, this shows kind of shock. Now, what exactly is the reason?
Surprise? Surprise or shock? Okay. So when we speak about exams are informed, right, ma'am? So about an informed exam, there is no need of having a surprise. So these days, the teachers are very much intelligent because they also tell the students the expected questions and stuff. So what type of surprise this could be?
Looking at the mark statement, getting the shock.
Report card.
No,
Final
children these
results.
days, they are not at all bothered about marks, ma'am. Doesn't make any difference for them.
Yes, that's also true.
Press to learn more.
Maybe out
Okay,
of
anything
syllabus,
else?
maybe
This is a surprise element.
yeah.
Tough
This is
paper, like tough question paper, and
Can we think about a surprise test?
appreciation.
Maybe.
Surprise
Okay,
test.
okay.
So we have to throw challenges at students also. We were speaking about a group of students who feel themselves as very intelligent, right? Okay. So because they are working as per the, like schedule that they have got or they have received from the teacher. At times, it is very much important that there should be a surprise test. They should take a challenge. You know, When they have a challenge, during that challenge, they can also understand how much they are ready to take such sort of academic challenges. It is very much important. So I would really suggest every week you can have a surprise test of one subject. Do not tell, okay, this week you can do for math, next week you can do for science. This way, what happens is you're also instilling that, like a skill of taking challenges uh, among the students. Okay, that is also a struggle. Maybe a high performer might be getting average marks over there. That's okay. They will also get to know how much they are ready to take surprise exam. अगर CBSE बोलती है 15th को exam शुरू होती, लेकिन it is starting from first. That is also surprise. So they should be ready for that. Am I right?
Yes.
Isn't it? So that way. So last step is the 7th step. Let me see who will interpret this. Very easy.
Take aim, and then you should be focused
And Lakshapana.
Target.
Focus it.
Exactly. Have a target and stay focused. So cultivate strong focus skills. Practice mindfulness and meditation. We have to motivate children to do meditation, at least in school, after the assembly, before you start your first period. Let them meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. That is very good. Apart from that, to stay focused, there is a method called as Pomodoro method. I will also show you the video what is Pomodoro method. Improve your ability to concentrate. Concentration skills. Prayers also help to improve the concentration of the students. Let us watch this video quickly.
विवेक आप गए नहीं?
सर वो
बेटी का टूर्नामेंट था ना.
The Pomodoro technique is one of my favorite techniques to fight procrastination and maintain focus and productivity throughout the day. Stay tuned for tips on how to incorporate this into your study routine. What's going on, guys? This is Jay from medschoolinsiders.com.
Sir, video is not
First, I want to
playing.
talk to you a little bit about the history of the on, guys. This is Jay from medschoolinsiders.com. First, I want to talk to you a little bit about the history of the Pomodoro technique. So it was invented back in the early
Hope you can see the video now.
Yes.
Sir.
Sir.
Yes.
1990s by Francisco Cirillo.
visible.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. He named it the Pomodoro technique after the tomato-shaped timer that he used to actually track his work as a university student. Since then, this technique has gained much popularity in various productivity and self-improvement circles. So the theory behind it is that any large task or any series of tasks can be broken down into short timed intervals called pomodoros. Each is separated by a short break. This takes advantage of the fact that our brains have limited attention spans. So as to how to use it, the only item you really need is a timer. You can go old-fashioned or use your phone or computer with an app. My favorite app is called 3030 on the iPhone. It's my favorite because of its clean interface and customizability, thus making it easy to do the traditional Pomodoro or customize it to your liking. More on that in a little bit. So first, choose a task or series of tasks that you need to accomplish. Next, set the timer to 25 minutes. Continue to work on the task until the timer goes off. Avoid constantly checking the timer. Once the timer goes off, take a short break for 5 minutes. Get up during this time. Do not take the break at the same spot that you were working. I personally like getting up, holding a third world squat, stretching, moving around. Now is also the time to use the bathroom and grab a refill for your water. After 4 Pomodoro cycles, take a longer break of 20 minutes. Rinse and repeat. Distractions. During your Pomodoro cycles, do your best to limit distractions. The whole point is 25 minutes of intense focus. Don't be checking Facebook or Reddit or the Med School Insiders website on and off. Focus on the task at hand. So I personally put my phone on either airplane mode or do not disturb mode, but be careful because do not disturb mode can actually affect the notifications on your timer app if you are using your smartphone app. If someone else comes knocking for help, use the inform, negotiate, callback strategy, which was suggested by Francesco Cirillo himself. So inform the distracting party that you're in the middle of something, negotiate a time when you can get back to them, and call back when your Pomodoro is complete and you're ready to address their need.
Yes. So I wanted to give you people, uh, an introduction. I don't know how many of you know this method already. So this method also works when, especially they have, like a unit is very big for the students to cover. So what they can do is they can set it a time for 25 minutes. In 25 minutes, they have to complete the first subtopic. That's it. And again, they will take break and they'll complete the second subtopic. Again, they'll take a break of 5 minutes, and they'll complete the third subtopic. Next, 5 minutes break and fourth subtopic. This time, they will take a big break of 20 minutes, and then again they'll come back to fifth. In this way, they'll complete the whole unit. Okay. So in case they are doing, practice, they're practicing for boards. We have, even what do we say, like preparation holidays in between term one and term two and all. In that case, you can ask the students to go with this Pomodoro method, which will be really useful for them. Hope I was clear with this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is also a good technique. And next, so as to conclude, I would like to say that, see, when we speak about effective learning, it is not about how much time we are learning. It is about how qualitatively we have learned the concept. And as every one of you were quoting, like beautifully, they have quoted Rajashri ma'am, Reggie ma'am, and many people have quoted that it is all about application of knowledge. So whatever they are learning, they should be in a position to apply it in their daily life. Okay. Also, they should have an awareness about how is it going to be useful for them in their future. So that is all about today's session. So hope you all, have had a good takeaway from today's session. And also we have had a wonderful discussion. We have listened to wonderful anecdotes from wonderful people over here today. It has been a wonderful group. Thank you so much. And I would really appreciate people who come forward to give your valuable feedback about today's session.
Hello, sir. Actually, it was very informative and also impactful session, because as a teacher, even we need to, uh, train ourselves. Like we sometimes after what we say ages, or after days, we also forget few things. Like, so we have to always update ourselves. We should, uh, you know, uh, uh, try to implement in our that is profession, whatever we are learning through this training. It's not like we should take away from this training, and we should apply this in our profession. So such trainings are very important, I feel. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And it was really a good session. Really a good session.
Thank you, Rajshri ma'am. Thank you for your active participation as well. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'm constantly there to see your these webinars, because I'm just planning to open the school, the small kids schools. That's why I'm taking all the sessions.
Wonderful. And all support from SNTTC is there for you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes. Now, for the people who are newly attending this webinar, so I am sharing a WhatsApp group link in the chat box. That is our webinar group. So people who haven't joined and who wish to stay informed about our sessions can join that webinar group, because daily we'll be posting, mostly every day there is a session these days. Okay, so you can stay informed about that. And coming to the part of certificate, our training is free, but for certificate we would charge, because IT and everything cost, isn't it? So the people who would like to grab a certificate for this particular session, you need to send 50 rupees, 50 rupees to the number 990 890-5730. I have written it in the chat box, 990-892-5730. You can go with GPay, PhonePe or Paytm. Three of them are available. After doing the payment, kindly send the screenshot along with your name, mentioning Mr., Miss, Mrs. If you are, particular about that, kindly mention that and the complete name that you want on the certificate. And send a screenshot to the same number on WhatsApp. Okay, so within 24
Sir,
hours,
how much we have to pay? Sorry, sir.
50,
How much?
50.
50. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir.
Yeah. So within 24 hours, you will be getting your certificate to the same WhatsApp number from which you have sent us the screenshot. So that is how you need to grab the certificate. And thank you one and all for attending the session. Definitely, we will be having more sessions like this. And we all are looking forward to have you people have a wonderful participants again and again.
So please share the WhatsApp link. You just
WhatsApp link I have already shared, ma'am, in the chat box.
Okay.
Once again, I am sharing. I have shared again.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So thank you one and all. Have a good, weekend is over. Have a sound sleep and a happy Monday. Have a happy Monday tomorrow. Thank you. Take care. Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Ji.